First question is fax from Cuba, and I will read it. When you say good character is important in globalization, are you making a cultural judgment about the non-Western world?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that in an environment that is highly competitive and extremely risky, that it is necessary that partners are able to trust and understand one another. And that means having basically sound ethical standards.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Our next question is from Santo Domingo. Go ahead, please.
In our global world, we need certain characters or traits to be competitive. In the speaker's opinion, what are these most relevant traits in this global society?
I'll try and be as succinct as possible. We'll cover some of this in the second section, but individuals and organizations must learn to be more innovative, that is, looking for new ways to do things. They have to be willing to take risk. They have to, at the same time, work hard to minimize those risks. They need to establish relationships and partnerships with people with whom they can trust and rely upon.
Great. Thank you. Our next question comes from Ecuador. Go ahead, please.
Morning, I'm a student of the University of Espíritu Santo in Ecuador. And the question is, how can we manage globalization to be able to participate in this integration without losing all our cultural identity?
Well, therein is the challenge for all of us. This is an excellent question because it is at the forefront of almost every nation in the world today. We're going to see, if I can use the United States as something of the simile, we're going to see much more homogenizing of cultures to a certain degree without the loss of the respect and the value of the culture of the individual or the culture they come from. I do not see the end of nation states, and I see nation states retaining their cultures. They will undergo some change as they become exposed to other other cultures, and whether it's foods or whether it's products or whether it's services will be influenced by those.
Great, thank you. Next question comes from Chihuahua, Mexico. Go ahead, please.
We're calling from the Autonomous University of Chihuahua, and the question is, how can you incentivize global traits or characteristics? How can you make this seem a positive?
Oh, I think you can make it seem a positive just simply by looking at the examples throughout the world of small organizations who have grown up as part of networks to establish their importance. You see it in companies that are coming out of countries you wouldn't have imagined 10 years ago that they could produce that kind of technology or that kind of product, whether it's India, Pakistan, beginning in some countries in Africa. We'll again talk about it in a few minutes. Globalization and the change is a reality. It's a question of trying to take advantage of it.
Thank you. Let's now move again to your important messages on the topic of this program.